Yeah, the Swamp.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in the she made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posting with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She pressing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. Don't need industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She pressing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, and she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go. Yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson to throw right away. Flush to his right. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with a rookie. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. Wisely to throw that one away.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You talk about this Giant defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Howard. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Check smash, check 18, pioneer.
Now Howard from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf with an amazing diving catch. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
What? 14. What?
Here's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. That's to the rookie. It's Malik Neighbors. Finding room at midfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Wilson on the keeper. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Giants are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
Another extra point opportunity here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Howard now, operating from the gun. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
That boy know how to me to death right now.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go in an entertaining first quarter of play. Johnson running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Howard. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 7-7, our score after 1. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. There's a short one caught by Johnson. calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Howard. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Steelers at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So there
he goes, right side. He's still on his feet. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10. Now Wilson. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. Wilson wants a different look. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right back to Tracy. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the give, it's Tracy. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Gano's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Wilson going to throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Howard throwing to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now they'll audible to something else. In motion right, that's Metcalf. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw is Howard from the gun on third down.
That is caught. He's across midfield.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run, and it will result in a fresh set of downs.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Howard from the gun, he'll throw.
Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find his man, it's Pickens.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Not liking the look, they'll change the play.
Back to throw again.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll manage to pick.
Did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6. They go to Johnson again. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. And this is caught inside the 5. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Johnson is going backwards here. Now they
brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
To Johnson again. And again, they stop him behind the line. That is read well for a 2nd straight play defensively. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. In motion, the tight end. Now Howard. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Jalen Warren from 4 yards out. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll just get rid of it. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now it's Wilson. He's got the hook up there to Neighbors. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Wilson will throw again. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now Wilson forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Wilson. Complete right side to Hyatt. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. They'll hand it to Tracy. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll go again with Tracy. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3rd down, here's Tracy. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Russell Wilson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And who's got it? The Giants! So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, They stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Tracy going to get it on first down to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Now Wilson.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Being chased out left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Wilson to throw. He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Here's Wilson. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Throwing now is Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19 Lion. 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hey, smash. 18 Pioneer. Go.
He'll look to throw.
He's got this to Pickens.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think, okay, he's a
mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You were always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we only